Steve, let me know when you're ready, if we got everybody in.
5:30, we are good to go.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I'm Marilyn McDonald, Chair of Bridgewater Conservation Commission. A few things to read into the record, and we will open up the agenda. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order superseding certain provisions of the open meeting law, and the governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in place, the meeting of the Bridgewater Conservation Commission will be conducted via remote participation in the greatest extent possible. No in-person attendance. Members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can inadequately access the proceedings in real time. This meeting is being recorded, and within 48 hours, we'll post a link of the recording of the Town of Bridgewater's website and or the town social media page. The following members of Bridgewater Conservation Commission are participating remotely: Marilyn McDonald, Chair; Harry Bailey, Vice Chair; Eileen Frisco, Member; and Wendy Smith, Member. Please, during the meeting, all votes of the boards will be taken by a roll call, and please keep everyone's mics unmuted except for the commissioners and the assistants with us from the town. Also with us is Steve Sobel, Conservation Agent; Jasmine Farinelli. Oh, no, Jasmine's not with us anymore. I mean, my old thing. It is Nicole. Sorry about that, Nicole. And just one more thing to read in, for those that haven't been to a public hearing of Bridgewater Conservation, just to let you know how it proceeds. Bridgewater Conservation has 100-foot jurisdiction from the wetlands. We are governed by both rules and regulations of state and local bylaws to ensure that there is minimal impact to any wetlands for any filing within the 100-foot to ensure it protects and meets performance standards, and also to ensure that it has minimal impact to any wetlands. The town of Bridgewater also has a bylaw of a 25 feet no-touch zone. What happens is the applicant prevents their filing, the board and the agent have the opportunity to ask questions, and then I open it to the public. Please put all questions through myself, the chair, and then I will direct who can assist and answer those questions. We do ask that we keep a minimum to 3 minutes on questioning, and especially with a busy agenda tonight, we'll try to keep that going. And then two things will happen. We'll either continue a meeting or close it. If we close it, there's 21 days to render a decision, and there is a 10-day business appeal through Mass DEP before any order of conditions is valid. With that being said, we have a long agenda, so we're going to dig right into it with old business. Notice of intent, 191 Forest Street, map 87, lot 31. Applicant is Mike Powers. We have a DEP number, and Steve, can you please present?
Yeah, so this one has been sitting with us for quite a while. I believe Darren is actually on the call. He is the representative for Mr. Powers. The thing that was lacking for this item that was holding it from approval was a DEP file number. As you can see, it received its DEP file number. Therefore, I would suggest that we issue the order of conditions. The work's already been done, so this would be after the fact, but it would close it out and prepare it for a certificate of compliance request.
Okay, I have no comment on that. I'll go right down the list with the board members. Harry?
No comment.
Eileen?
I missed the address. What was the address on that one?
191 Forest.
Oh, okay. Yep. Nope. I got it here. No, I have no issues with that at all.
Wendy?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Anybody with a question or concern on this matter that is raising their hands?
Not
Okay,
any.
Nicole, none. Harry, Steve?
Not seeing any.
Okay. With that being said, Chair will entertain a motion, please.
A motion to approve the notice of intent for 191 Forest, map 87, lot 131.
Second, Harry.
Any further discussion?
No.
Did we officially close this meeting though? Do we need to do that first?
You just need to issue the order of conditions.
All right, that's fine. So no further discussion, then I'll take a roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey?
Aye.
Eileen Frisco?
Aye.
Wendy Smith?
Aye.
Okay, very good. Thank you, guys. All right, moving along, we have an abbreviated notice of resource area delineation 0 and 1300 Vernon Street, map 124, lots 2, 6, 12, and 81. Applicant is Manny Pajinga Jr. There is a DEP file number. I was not present on the last meeting. I believe there was a request for a March continuance on this. I'll first hear from the board members if there's any concern. Any input? Harry? Eileen?
I'm just curious how they can do, is this gonna be presented tonight, or is this just a continuance?
So this is a continuance. They had requested a continuance
Yeah,
back previously, and you guys had, I wasn't at the meeting, but I was told that you had wanted them to withdraw. I
Yep.
believe the applicant has said that they are not willing to withdraw. They would like the continuation. So the board needs to determine whether or not they're willing to give the continuation. If you're not willing to give the continuation, then you need to act this evening on the ANRAD. So you need to either approve the ANRAD tonight or deny the ANRAD tonight if you're not willing to give the continuation.
well, I mean, we have upcoming issues on this later on in the meeting, so should this be decided afterwards, or?
Actually, Eileen, those are separate issues, so. we
Oh, I
can-
know they are.
Yeah, but I
But
mean.
if you
so they-
can't
they
go on
won't
the,
impact- It won't impact how we determine on this filing right now. So, Harry, you had no thoughts. Wendy, any thoughts before I weigh in?
No, I think I'm a little bit confused with a continuance. I don't know. I don't know.
well,
I'm looking for
I just
past
find,
notes.
yep,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I was looking to find my past notes from the November meeting when we talked about it. Yeah, not really sure. I don't know. I guess I'm confused on this one.
that's all right.
All right, I mean, my thoughts are this. I mean, we're January something now. We've got another meeting or two in February, the way things have been going with, COVID and stuff lately, but is there a date in March we can determine? Because we honestly, this has to be heard at some point.
Yep, I believe, Nicole, what are the March meeting dates? You have those, I believe they're the 10th and the 24th, if I have that right.
Yes, they are. Sorry, I didn't want to pull too much up at a time.
That's okay. So you have the 10th and the 24th, so you could continue it to one of those. Those are your regular meeting dates.
Again, I'll ask the members, any thoughts on that? 10th, 24th? All right, well, I'll weigh in again. I mean, I would make a motion for, a continuance to the 10th, but we've got to get this heard. Once we get into that month, if it's not being, if this continuance is in, I think we need to regroup and consider decision on the INRAD.
Okay.
Silver, Indiana.
All right,
Yep.
any other questions? All right, so can I have a motion, please? Entertain a motion for a continuance.
I guess I'll make a motion for continuance for 0 and 1300 Vernon Street for March 10th.
Second,
All right, in a second, any further discussion? All right, hearing none, roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
aye.
Eileen Frisco,
Aye.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
All right, that, and for anybody that is on the Zoom meeting regarding Vernon Street, that is your notice. This is a continuance to March 10th. Again, a continuance to March 10th. Thank you. All right, moving on.
Can I say something?
Oh, well, I just closed it. Yeah.
No, it's not about that. It's about
Okay.
there's more to come on this property. If there are butters, they may want to stick around.
I get that, but again, that's a different filing. It's on the agenda, so
Yeah.
I'm talking about this filing right now. Thank you, Eileen. All right, new business, and thank you, Nicole, for making nice big printouts for me. So we're going under new business, abbreviated notice of area research delineation, 350 Cross Street, map 118, lot 89, 25, 24, 23. Applicant is Robert Baza and Larry Silver of Silver Engineering. Let me just make sure I have the right, yep, okay. Nicole, you put them in order, great, thanks. In accordance with Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, in the Town of Bridgewater Local Bylaw, the Bridgewater Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on Thursday, December 9, 2021 at 5:30 p.m. via Zoom for review of abbreviated notice of resource area delineation and read file by Robert Baza. A link and instructions to participate in the meeting will follow and be posted to the calendar of the town's website at www.bridgewatermass.org. The applicant seeks approval of wetland line as well as riverfront area. The property is identified at Assessors Map 118, lots 89, 23, 24, and 25, 350 Forest Street. All interested persons are encouraged to attend. Nicole, you can confirm you have the notices? The green cards?
Yes, we.
Nicole, honey, you've got the green cards on file?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. I
That's all.
believe, I don't have anything in hand, but I believe I got an email. I'm not sure if Larry or Ashley are on here, but I believe I got an email about them today. I will double check that for you.
Okay, I just want to make sure that everybody was properly notified, the abutters.
Oh, Rebecca's right there. Rebecca, were those what was sent in to me?
We received a few more since the November ones we submitted to you. So those were the
Awesome.
newer ones. Yes.
That's
And
what
we
I thought.
sent you the ad last week. So we're
Thank
good
you.
there.
All right, as long as we can notify that, then we are ready to open. So Silva can present, please.
Can I put the plan on the board or?
Trying
Yep,
to,
1 second. Sorry, I
get
keep
to your
forgetting
little
you to do
screen.
that for me. Hold on.
It's all good. But I can start. What we have is an ANRAD in front of you for a resource for bordering vegetated wetland and riverfront bank for Snows Brook. We had 5 wetlands, Ken Thompson, flag it January 2001. Nope, I think you gave the wrong Rebecca permission. Rebecca of Silver Engineering wants to share her screen, okay? Okay, so what you have is 2,000 lineal feet or thereabouts of resource, both riverfront and wetlands that we would like the commission to.
We are
there we
seeing
go.
no plans, though, hon.
Hang on, it's coming, it's
One
coming. They
second.
just let me in. They just let me in.
Sorry, it should let
We
me
got it.
now. I'm sorry.
Bingo, bingo.
There we
No worries.
go.
Rebecca's
There we
got two accounts on the screen, so.
Yes, I use my phone for the video and my computer. Yes, yes. Okay,
I
so
was just
on the
confused.
screen now, you will see that we have Cross Street on the top of the plan. And that is where the Snows Brook and the riverfront bank full flags have been located. The plan shows the 100 and 200. The existing dwelling happens to be in that area as well. We have the bordering vegetated resource in blue that runs down the east side of the property, and there's a chunk in the middle of the property. That's it in a nutshell. I believe Silva went out. The client did say that at some point he was out there. I don't know if the commission has had a chance to look.
No.
No,
No. So you all set, Rebecca? I'll have Steve.
I am. There's not much else.
All right, Steve.
Yeah, I in fact did go out and walk the entire line to verify that the flags were placed and that that where the transects were done were appropriate. I was especially intrigued by that little isolated pocket that's out behind all that wetland area down to the bottom of the plan to see if maybe there was some signs of vernal pool activity. That really wouldn't make a difference in the grand scheme of things, but just from personal interest, it's quite a nice piece of property. There's a lot of wetlands there. To the east, as this plan is situated, is all transmission lines, and then to the west is Snows Brook up in the top left corner. You can see it, which flows in a southerly direction there. And a really cool little thing I found up there as well was it crosses underneath Cross Street. Snows Brook does, and then it crosses underneath another crossing that is actually probably
The old cross.
Yeah, it's the old Cross Street. It's got to be from
Yep.
like the late 1700s, early 1800s.
Yep.
It's got
Old.
granite blocking. It's still there though. It's still standing.
Yep, the
It's,
original
quite-
Cross Street came right through there.
It's quite interesting, and but I walked the line. Everything is flagged correctly the way I see it. So therefore, I would recommend the issuance of an order of resource area delineation as stated on this plan.
Okay, thank you. And as I said, I wanted to get out there, but unfortunately I was on the hospital Wednesday, so I didn't get a chance to get out there. I still would like a chance to get out there and just take a peek, but you know, I'm hearing what you're saying, so I'll take any further comments from the commissioners. Harry, please.
I want to walk the area.
Okay.
Me too,
All right.
Eileen.
And Wendy, any comments?
Sorry, I muted when the train went by. Gotta do that. No, I mean, I won't probably be able to get out to walk, so, I mean, plan looks good to me.
Okay, anybody on Zoom with a question or concern on this filing, which is the resource area of 350 Cross Street, please?
I am not seeing any hands raised.
I
So
don't see
Sta-
anything in the chat either, Wendy.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I mean, Marilyn, I don't see anything in the chat either.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Nicole.
Yep.
All right. So my thought, Steve, is, could we close this? It still gives us time to get out and walk. And then if there was anything, or maybe I do a continuance, then
Well, if you close it, you can't discuss it anymore moving forward. So therefore, if you were to have any changes, closing it tonight, you wouldn't be able to do that. So you'd have to
that's
leave
it.
it open.
Yeah, just, I mean,
If you want to
Alright.
see it, this isn't really the best time of the year, probably to walk the site with the weather. That's the only thing that would deter me, because it's very difficult to delineate this time of year. I saw it when it was initially turned in, which was late fall. So everything was still pretty green and everything was flowing. Now everything's frozen and very dead. So if you guys would like to see it, the flags are still out there. We could certainly schedule a walk to go out there and certainly take a look. I'm all for that. It's up to you guys. So,
all right.
but you can't close and then go out and then
No,
figure out
yeah,
something
I
else
know.
and come back. So
Time and what, that's fine. All right, I do want to get out there. So my chair would entertain a motion. My thought would be for a continuance.
I will make a motion to continue 350 Cross Street, map 118, lots 89, 25, 24, and 23.
Here in a second, any further, I mean, did I have a second?
Nope.
Did anybody second? I couldn't hear.
Do we have a
Second.
date certain that you're continuing to?
Oh, I'm sorry, March 10th.
no, not my, we're.
No. The
continuing.
next meeting would be next January 27th.
Oh, in February? I
It'd
don't know
be
what the dates
27th.
are.
January 27th.
27th is our next meeting.
Sure.
Second.
Did I hear a second? Did anybody second?
Yeah.
Yes,
second.
Harry did.
Okay, here in a second, any further discussion? So if we could get a date before the next meeting, get out there, let's try to coordinate that.
Sure.
And we'll keep this flowing. All right, any further discussion? That was my take. All right, hearing none, roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Frisco,
Aye.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
All right, so that is continued to January 27th. Thank you. All right. Next, we have up notice of intent Flag Street. Applicant is Azu Town Engineer of Bridgewater, and we have a DEP file number. Let me do the.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Paul.
Oh, hold
Hill.
on, Azu. I need to read the notice in. Hold on.
Oh,
make
just
sure.
asking for mic check, that's all.
Okay. And if I just want to make sure I have the right one. Flag Street. Yep. All right. In accordance with Massachusetts Bridgewater laws and Chapter 131, Section 40 of the Town of Bridgewater local bylaw, the Bridgewater Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on Thursday, December 9th, 2021 at 5:30. So that must have been pushed up for review of notice of intent. Bridgewater hearing will be held by a virtual meeting over Zoom. A link of instructions participating in the meeting as the following will be posted to the calendar in the town's website at www.bridgewater.org. The applicant seeks approval for roadway and utility improvements, including replacement of 2 existing stream culverts and impacted wetland buffer zones in the riverfront areas. The property is identified as Flag Street between Bedford Street and Summer Street. Assessors map 76, 77, 88, and 89. All interested persons are encouraged to attend. And Nicole, you can verify, please, that you have the abutter notices?
I don't recall getting them. I don't know if Azu knows where they are.
Azu, can you
No.
verify the abutters notices?
No, there's no butters on this because this is a large linear project.
Okay, all right, then fine. Azu, you are now open.
Okay,
Well, actually,
I have the engineer from, I have the engineer from STV, the firm that did the work on behalf of the DPW online. So I'll let him introduce himself. His name is Paul Terrell from STV Inc. of Boston. Mr. Terrell, if you would, please.
great. Good evening, commissioners. Thank you very much for the time this evening. I'm glad to see that you have a fairly light agenda for yourselves moving forward through this evening. As I mentioned, my name is Paul Terrell. I'm a registered professional engineer and a land surveyor. I work for a company called STV, who's been engaged by the town of Bridgewater to prepare the reconstruction drawings for Flag Street. Flag Street has been a well-traveled roadway within your town for many years. It includes a two-way roadway. It does not currently have a sidewalk. It has an aging drainage system as well as a water line system within it. The town of Bridgewater has requested that we prepare reconstruction drawings, try to improve the roadway by providing some improvements with the pedestrians on the southern side of the roadway, upgrade the drainage system consistent with its current use, as well as replace the currently aging water line, which is an asbestos line. The limits of our project are between Bedford Street to Summer Street, about 5,500 linear feet. We maintain the roadway largely along the northern side of it, and then we have the sidewalk along the southern side. There are quite a few number of houses that are impacted, as well as roadway crossings. The total length of our sheets, as I said, is 5,500 linear feet. There's 12 drawing sheets to accommodate the presentation of this material. I'm going to try to not go into every nuance. I'm going to try to give you the big picture, and I'm happy to present the drawings to you individually as we move forward. We've maintained the drainage system largely as we could. We've increased it by one outlet. We've also tried to minimize, we've eliminated any and all impacts other than about 25 square feet for a very unique outlet that is pretty deep into a wetland. With that, there's been the replacement of corrugated metal pipes that have obviously been quite aged, that are in serious need of reconstruction. We've identified a number of pipes that we've not replaced. In other words, we've done an investigation. We found the pipes that need to be replaced. We found the pipes that don't need to be replaced. So we've tried to minimize the work along the roadway as much as possible. As I said, this is a venerable street. It's been around for a very long time, servicing our community for quite a period of time. And what we've done is a thorough investigation of what we can do to repair the roadway, upgrade the drainage system, improve the water line system. Of course, there are wetlands on both sides because we have quite a number of crossings, but we've minimized those impacts to a sheer number of 25. I mean, 25 square feet, of which we're providing 130, if I'm not mistaken, of replication for that. I'm happy to take a few moments and walk you through the 12 sheets of reconstruction. As you can see in front of you right now, you've got Bedford Street, and I'm going to work from the west to the east with the north up the page, as you can see. And I'm just going to quickly flip you through the sheets just so as I can say what it is. This is a roadway reconstruction project, and now I've been dumped out of my software. Forgive me for a moment, folks. So with that, if I could ask Alex, who's controlling the visuals, to go to sheet 2. As I said, what this is a linear project going from east to west, or south to north, and it's roadway reconstruction. It's sidewalk along the left side. We've minimized the grading so that we do not increase the impacts into wetlands, or we have no impacts into wetlands, as I should say. Drainage improvements, cross sidewalks, handicap ramps. We have a total of 61 driveways along the entire roadway alignment. And so each one of them had to individually be designed to maintain ADA compliance. So it was a very detailed process to make sure that we had the grading done properly, to make sure that we had the roadway cross sections correct, that we had the limit of grading associated properly done, so that we made sure that we were not impacting the environment any further than we had to. So with that, if Alex, I'm not sure what sheet you are because my video was dropped off. If you could flip
here, I actually have control. So I'm on sheet 2. You just let me know if you need me to keep going, and I will.
If you could, I'm struggling with IT issues at the moment. If you could just announce each sheet. As I said, it's a uniformed design, as you can see. And if you could just go sheet to sheet until one of the commissioners may ask a question. As I said, it's a uniform design, roadway, sidewalk along the southern portion of the roadway, crosswalks, handicap ramps, driveways, drainage improvements, replacement of culverts, replacements of water lines. Pretty simple as far as roadway projects go. If you could let me know when you're at the final sheet.
I'm on sheet 5. I'm just stopping for each one for a couple seconds.
Please, thank you. We did internal investigations of all the pipes. We worked with the town doing television inspections, verifying all of the outlet locations to make sure that we knew where all these pipes were, to make sure what their current conditions were, to make sure that we were making appropriate decisions relative to what pipes need to be replaced and what didn't, what head walls need to be replaced and what didn't.
Paul, you're all set. I'm on the final sheet.
So, and with that, what we did, of course, as civil engineers and as drawings that I'm sure all the commissioners have seen many times, you could flip through the next few sheets of nothing but standard details of the head wall outlets, of the water line replacements, trench details, handicap ramp details, and all of the other elements that are proposed within the construction of the project. We did not overload the commission with existing condition drawings or anything that was superfluous to the project, trying to make sure that you folks just got the meat and the potatoes of what you need to review and identify. Fortunately, I think what in closure, what I can say is what we did is we worked diligently to make sure that we had no impacts to the important resource areas on both sides of this roadway. We respected the existing drainage patterns that exist today. We respected the wetlands delineation that was done by Steve Ivis. And we believe that this is a pretty straightforward project for you. And I am certainly available to answer any questions you folks may have.
Thank you very much. I am extremely familiar with Flag Street. I'm on it, pretty frequently. It's a very detailed plan. I have no questions, and I'll hand it over to Steve at this time.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. It was very clear and concise. I mean, typically with linear projects like this, you have more than 25 square feet of impact on the wetlands when you cross over as many wetlands as Flag Street does. I mean, we all know there's a couple wide areas where there's PVW on either side of the roadway, and it is when I was looking through the plans, I was surprised to see that only 25 square feet of actual destruction was required. So I will say they did their due diligence. I've seen many projects like this before. It's a straightforward linear project to improve the roadway. We all know the road certainly needs it, and the infrastructure within the road needs it as well. So I suggest an order of conditions be issued for this project, and we just pay attention to those areas. If anything is going to be conditioned, we pay special attention to those areas where the wetlands are. I will make sure to do extra site visits along the roadway to ensure that the erosion and siltation control is intact during construction and during the installation and redoing of all the infrastructure on the roadway. And I'll work closely with the zoo as needed to address any issues that might come up during construction. So it's pretty straightforward.
If I could take a moment to thank Steve for his positive support, I will say that I've spent most of my career working in environmental resource areas similar to this. And you guys have also my emphatic support on making sure that this project has no impacts to these critical resource areas.
Thank you, much appreciated, really. I'll go right down the line then with the commissioners. Harry?
No problem.
All right, Eileen?
I'm good. It needs it bad.
Wendy?
No, I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody on that has a question regarding the Flag Street filing? Okay. Good, Nicole? Okay. All right, hearing none, the chair would entertain a motion to close.
I will make a motion to close the hearing for Flag Street, SE 116-1509 file number.
I second.
All right, hearing a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Mary McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Frisco,
Aye.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
All right, chair would also entertain a motion at this time for approval.
Approval of an order of conditions for Flag Street, SE 116-1509. Make a motion.
I second.
All right, here in a second, any further discussions? As Steve stated, just have extra site visits on that, but that area we're very familiar with. I think we'll all be going by that, so I think we're good. So any further comments besides my own on that? All right.
Thank you, commissioners, and good evening.
Oh, thank
Thank
you. Roll call vote on approval though, please. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Frisco,
Aye.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
All right, order of conditions approved. Again, thank you for a very thorough presentation.
Good evening, folks. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it. All right, continuing to move right along, we are amended order of conditions of 218 R Auburn Street, map 78, lot 56. Applicant is Darren Michaels, Foresight Engineering. Let me just make sure I have. Yep, let me read into the record, please. The Bridgewater Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing in accordance with MGL Chapter 13140, the Wetlands Protection Act, for a notice of intent submitted by Perk Realty Trust for the construction of a single-family home and septic system with associated grading of 218 R Auburn Street, Bridgewater, in an area subject to the Wetlands Protection Act. The Bridgewater hearing will be held on Thursday, December 9, 2021. No in-person meeting with the Academy Building is closed due to public virtual Zoom meetings. Please check the town website for Zoom meeting information. And Nicole, if you can please verify that the abutters have been notified.
Yes.
Okay, you are now open, please. Foresight Engineering.
Yes, good evening. Darren Michaelis from Foresight Engineering. So I presented this project back in 2020 for a developer with a little bit smaller house and grading to the wetlands, very similar to what is shown on the amended order. The new client has added a family room to the left side of the dwelling and slid the deck over slightly, and also enlarged the garage slightly on the other side of the house outside of the buffer. The main changes in the buffer zone are the addition of the family room and some grading changes in the backyard. We're now incorporating some walls to kind of flatten out the grade. But we did not move the silt fence any closer than the pre-approval. We're at 30 feet, not disturbing the 25-foot zone with the silt fence as shown before in the previous approval. And we didn't move the house much closer other than the family room itself. I'm happy to answer any questions if the board has any.
Thank you very much. I'll start with Steve. You've been out there?
Yeah, so I took a look on Wednesday. I went back down to the site. As we've known all along, this site is particularly steep. There's a lot of slope. There's got to potentially be some erosion and siltation issues. It will be something that we conditioned the first time through to keep an extra eye on. We'll still have to do that. This is back in front of us as an amended order of conditions, simply for the fact that there are slight changes to the plan, and there's no other way around it. Instead of filing a new notice of intent, this is the way we go about it to make sure that the plan of record that is in the file is appropriate. Except for those minor deviations, there are no changes. Therefore, the project as a whole hasn't changed since its initial filing back in 2020. Therefore, I would recommend the approval of this amended order of conditions.
All right, Steve, thank you. And you would consider this a minor amendment?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So on the erosion controls, will that be checked frequently? Like,
It will be checked pre-construction, and then on this one, what I do is anytime we get significant rain events, I check on the ones that I have steep slope markers on. Anytime we have anything, 5 to 1 or less, you have a higher potential of erosion and siltation control, especially on new construction. So therefore, I generally run around and check a bunch of different sites in town when it rains heavily, just to make sure. This will be added to the list until it's stabilized, and then once it's stabilized, we'll we'll have more faith that it will be able to stand on its own per se.
All right, well, just note the extra erosion controls. It is a tough season to stabilize slopes. I can relate to that. So I have no further comments on this. Harry,
No comment.
Eileen,
No, I'm good, thank you.
Wendy?
All set.
All right, at this time, any questions on 218R Auburn Street? Okay, hearing none, Chair would entertain a motion to close, please.
I'll make a motion to close the hearing for 218R Auburn Street, map 78, lot 56.
Second.
Hearing a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Frisco,
Aye.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
Chair would entertain a motion, please, for approval.
I will make a motion to approve the amended order of conditions for 218R Auburn Street, map 78, lot 56.
Second.
Hearing a second, any further discussion? As we stated, watching erosion controls till the state can stabilize. Any other? All right, hearing no further discussion, roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Frisco,
Aye.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Nicole, I don't have a notice on the next two coming up. I don't think, do you have it for request for determination of applicability 382 Pleasant Street?
Let me take a look, because I sent you, I think, what I could find, unless someone is here for that and perhaps has it, but you just give me, if you don't mind giving me a minute, there's this.
I know the hearing for Zenith, now Zaire called me right before the hearing and asked me to ask for continuance because they did not know that they had to notify the abutters. So they would just ask for continuance till, I guess, your January 22nd meeting.
Okay.
So they can,
So
so they can put,
we can't, yeah, you'll just publicize it, because technically we can't give you a continuance if we can't open it.
yep.
So we-
So if
yeah,
you,
we-
yeah, if you can't,
yeah.
if
We
you can't open
it.
it, then if you
Yeah.
can't open it, then I'll let them know that they couldn't open it anyways and take care of that tomorrow with you guys. But if you can't open it, he'd like a continuance.
Yeah, no, we can't open it without being publicly notified and the abutter
Yep.
notices. So, just get those in and we'll open them up, we'll open it.
All right, you got it. No problem at all. Then I'll let Niles know that. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you.
All right, moving along then, we have a request for determination of applicability of 382 Pleasant Street. Oh, I just did that one. That's why I didn't have that one. Request for determination of High Street with roadway right away. Applicant is Town of Bridgewater. Again, I don't have a notice on that. Was I supposed to have one?
No, I know this one exists. This is
I
the
know
one.
that one exists, but give me 1 second, actually. Let me see if, I'm so sorry. This was the one we helped her do, and I think she might have sent it our way. Hold on. I
Okay,
apologize. I
if
thought
you-
I was on the ball.
If you want, I can table that and keep moving on the Conservation Commission business then? While you look.
If you want to, it'll just take me a second. I'm just gonna look at
All
my.
right, okay. I didn't want to put you under pressure.
Always under pressure. It's all right.
No worries.
We did help Julie. That's the one we helped Juliana with, right, Steve?
Correct, yep. This one also did not require a butter notification because it is a long linear project. So it was only the notice and then a notification on the town website and our website as well. And then in the newspaper, of course.
And if you wanna, oh, here we go. Found it. Sorry.
Yay!
Whew. All right. I can't read as fast as you, but I'll try. In accordance with Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Town of Bridgewater Local Wetlands Bylaw, the Bridgewater Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on January 13th, 2022, held as a virtual meeting over Zoom. A link A link and instructions to participate in the meeting will follow and be posted to the calendar on the town's website at www.bridgewaterma.org. A recording of the meeting will also be posted to the town's webpage within 48 hours after the meeting ends. The hearing is for RDA filed by the town of Bridgewater, Mass. The applicant proposes installation of gas service. The property is owned by the town of Bridgewater and is located at 300 linear feet on High Street, Bridgewater, Mass. All work proposed is within the right of way. Please contact the Bridgewater Conservation Office at 508-697-0950 for the hearing date and time.
Okay, thank you, Nicole. Azu, you are now open.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the commission, and the public at large. As you are aware, we have a water treatment plant that is under construction on High Street. It's been going on for quite a while. The building structure is up. We started a negotiation with the gas company. At the time, it was owned by Columbia Gas. And so there is no immediate gas service available to the site. So they have to extend the gas service to the site. And so the gas company, sometimes some of this work might in fact involve some emergency maintenance. But this is really not a maintenance project. It's actually a construction extension of the gas service on High Street. But the work will be done within the existing road layout. We dig a trench, install the line, and we backfill the trench. When we get over to the bridge in the river, it will be suspended and insulated. So the work again will be within the road layout, and any potential erosion issues we'll have adequate erosion control. You wouldn't have a sustained, there will not be any need for material stockpiling because we're not building a foundation or building something that requires a lot of earthwork operation. It's basically the width of the bucket plus 2 feet. So at the maximum, the width of the trench will be about 3 feet, 3 or 4 feet. And the maximum depth is about 4 feet. So the material that we dig out will backfill, compacted, and obviously the pavement section that we remove will be taken out, and then we'll put what we call a cold patch to maintain the area so it's drivable through the winter, and then we'll come back in spring and pave it. So again, as Steve explained, it is a linear project, and no material will be left stockpiled. The only time that you might find some material on the roadside will be the pipe material that will be installed, but not dirt, not soil. We only have exposed soil sitting out at any section of the roadway. So we ask that the commission, we are at a critical time based on the contractual obligations that we have with the company that is doing the water treatment plant, Waterline Industries. They are not responsible for bringing the water, the gas service. The town, the DPW is, and so we have an executed contract with our Eversource, the succeeding gas company. It's now owned by Eversource. We paid them for we've paid them for the gas, and they're eager to start work as weather permits. And if we don't have the gas service available, then the contractor might not be able to finish the work that they're doing on site because we need the gas service to fire up a lot of the equipment that have been installed. This is a several $1 million project on High Street, and that is to improve the drinking water supply, and both in terms of quantity and in terms of quality. The treatment plant is a state-of-the-art treatment facility. that the town of Bridgewater ought to be proud of once it's completed and online. The overall schedule has been hampered by the delays in material supply and equipment supply because of COVID. But we are working through that. So we want to make sure that we can get this critical component established so that we don't unwittingly contribute to a further delay now that the gas company has a window for doing the work for us. And so I would appreciate it if the commission would find, and consistent with what other communities do when it comes to utility installation in the public. We will ask that you find that is while it might be in the buffer zone, and that in fact the nature of the work will not be causing any adverse impact or any resource that is any statutory interest associated with any resource in the buffer zone. So we ask that you issue a negative determination, and would appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Azu. Very much appreciated. I'll hand this to Steve first.
Thank you, Azu. Yeah, as Azu closed out with, this is in front of the commission for a request for determination of applicability because there is part of the project that does fall within an area that is subject to protection under the Wetlands Protection Act, that being buffer zone. It does actually go through the riverfront area as it crosses over, suspended through the bridge, as Azu described, and through the buffer zone leading up to the bridge, being buried 3 feet down, as Azu described. So with all that being said, this is typically an exempt activity in most communities. Here in Bridgewater, due to the RDA being spelled out to point out any work being done in any resource areas, any buffer zones. The way I interpret that is any project that falls within there needs to be applied for in some way. We had tried another avenue. We had investigated another avenue on this, but me and Azu decided that this was the most appropriate route to go. And as he mentioned, there are some time crunch constraints on this. So therefore, I would agree with Azu and suggest that the commission issue a negative determination.
I'm sorry, Steve, is it me or did everybody kind of lose volume on him?
Everybody lost volume.
Steve, we lost your volume.
No, we can't hear you. I can see your mouth, but we can't hear you.
This is wonderful.
I can
Oh,
sort
we
of
can
hear
you
you.
a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So where'd you lose me?
Right
Anyways, I'll
right before you were
summarize. My
recommending
suggestion, my suggestion is to agree with the zoo completely, that this is a negative determination. In fact, and it does occur within a buffer zone that is applicable to the Wetlands Protection Act, but will not create any adverse impact.
Thank you, Steve. I have no comments or concerns on this. Very detailed. Thank you. I'll go right down the line, Harry.
This is a project that has to be done, so I have no comments.
Eileen, please.
I'm good.
Wendy.
I would say, yeah, obviously it needs to be done, but I do have a question for Azu. How is the bridge as far as being able to suspend these pipes? I would assume that it's good, or they reinforce it or something?
Yes, it was. So if you look at even where we cross, a good example would be where we currently cross, where they're going to be replacing the dam, removing the dam and redoing the bridge near the Lincoln.
Right there, you, Wendy.
High Street?
Yeah, that's something. It's under pressure, but the weight on the gas line itself. Remember, it's natural gas, so it doesn't weigh as much. We currently have the water main suspended. It only has right. We currently have the water main on High Street attached to the bridge. You just have to have a special insulation on it.
Okay. Yeah, I just know, like, I go over that High Street bridge by the new water facility a lot, and it just seems like it's old, so I was just curious as to its strength for holding up.
No, it's
I understand it's lightweight anyways,
Yeah.
because it's gas, but just curious.
yeah. No,
Okay,
the bridge has got a more than the bridge will actually be able to, you can suspend a train under that bridge.
okay. Let's not try that though.
No. I'm just trying to let you know, you can suspend a train car, not a whole train, but a car.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Azu. Any further comments from the commissioners?
Nope.
Any other comments on this filing, please? All right, Chair would entertain a motion, please, for a negative determination.
I will make a motion for the High Street project to for a negative determination. Town of Bridgewater.
I second.
Second.
Okay, here in a second, thank you. Roll call vote, Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Frisco,
Aye.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
Thank you very much for guys, and good presentation, thank you. All right.
And thank you, commissioners.
Don't
Thank
go
you.
far.
Thanks, Azu.
All right, Conservation Commission business. These are administrative items that we're now going into. Certificate of compliance, Crimson Way, map 111, lot 44, 15, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 43. Applicant is Crimson Heights LLC. There is a DEP file number. Steve, I'll hand it to you.
Sure. So on this one's been sitting with us for a little bit.
Yep.
We had previously, or you guys had previously approved the certificates of compliance for the single family home lots that are all shown around the circle there. This one is actually for the roadway itself, and the item we were waiting on was confirmation of the placement of the catch basin hoods. And that in fact has been done. So therefore all conditions within the order of conditions have been met for the roadway. And therefore I would suggest the issuance of a certificate of compliance. That was the last thing we were waiting on.
Okay, thank you. I know the initial letter was in and catch basin, so I have no further comment on this. I'll go right down the line. Harry,
No comment.
Eileen,
I'm good.
Wendy,
Sorry, train again. No.
Ah,
but then Chair would entertain a motion, please.
I will make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for Crimson Way, map 111, lot 44, 15, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 43.
And I'll
Yeah.
second.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Did I hear a second?
Yes, you did. I
Harry.
second.
All right. Here in a second, then roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Eileen Frisco.
Aye.
I went out of order. Harry Bailey.
Aye.
I know.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
All right. Thank you. Moving right along, we have our next certificate of compliance, 90 Hubbard Lane, map 14, lot 94. The applicant is Teresa J. Wingler, trustee of the Wingler Realty. DEP file number is in accordance. And Steve, please present.
Yeah, this is a very old.
Oldie but goodie.
Yeah, this is a very old certificate of compliance, as you guys can see. Look at the file number. It's SE 116-231, which means it was one of the first 231 files ever filed with the Conservation Commission here in Bridgewater. So therefore, I went out and I did a site visit to see if the site was stable, to see what was going on the site. As usual, we've seen a lot of these recently with, I believe it's the real estate market paying more attention and closing out these items and these liens that pop up on title searches. So again, this is another one. It's from 1989. Site stable. I didn't see any issues that needed to be addressed. Therefore, I recommend the issuance of a certificate of compliance.
Okay, thank you. I have no comments on this one. Harry,
No comment.
Eileen,
Nope. I'm good.
Wendy.
No comment.
All right, Chair, would entertain a motion, please.
I will make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 90 Hubbard Lane, map 14, lot 94.
Here in a second.
Well, second.
Okay, Aaron, the second roll call vote, please. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Prisco,
Aye.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
Very good, thank you. All right, next certificate of compliance under conservation business is 0 Ticket Street, map 122 lot 13, applicant MBTA. This is the wind thing that we did a while back. Steve, please present.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we have a representative, because there is a representative, VHB is the representative. I don't know if anyone's here to represent them, but needless to say, I think we're all familiar with the turbine that's out there on the MB, right beside the rail tracks as you go down Titica Street. I went out to the site on Wednesday to verify, yesterday to do a last verification of the site. Site's stable. There was actually an MBTA worker out there. It was a little brisk. It was warmer than 2 days ago, at least. But site was stable. It's a lot of crushed gravel. The turbine's just standing up there. It's in the buffer zone to many resource areas. The railway goes right by there as well. There's a lot of fields that surround it to the east, west, everywhere. It's an interesting area out there, just needless to say. But needless to say that everything's in accordance with the plans. Therefore, I recommend a issuance of a certificate of compliance for the MBTA.
Thank you very much, Steve. I have no comment. Harry,
No comment.
Eileen,
I'm good.
and Wendy.
No comment.
Okay, Chair would entertain a motion then, please.
Now, this is for a certificate of compliance, right?
Yes.
So I'll make a motion for the Titicate Street issuance of the certificate of compliance for the wind turbine.
Second.
All right, here in a second roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Prisco,
Aye.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
All right, very good. On to the next is an extension request, which is 0 Plymouth Street. Applicant is Silver Engineering. DEP file number is in place. Are they represented, or Steve, I'll go with you at the moment, or is Rebecca?
Yeah, I could do this real quick. Yeah, Rebecca's on, but this is a site that we're all familiar with. This is right along Plymouth and Whitman. You guys just had a filing for a single family home along Whitman. So this is the lot that's directly behind it. It's a large lot. The owners of that lot are trying to extend the order of resource area delineation in this case, because the line is in place and they do not know exactly what they're going to do with the remainder of the property. I have, since when this came in, I rewalked the line. I went out there to make sure the line was accurate and nothing had changed dramatically since the initial filing, and nothing has. So therefore, I would recommend this extension being granted. And they're typically 3-year extensions.
Yep, thank you. I have no issues with an extension. Harry,
I'm fine.
Eileen,
I'm good.
and Wendy.
No issue.
Okay, so Chair would entertain a motion, please.
I will make a motion to approve the extension request for 0 Plymouth Street, SC 116-1431.
I second.
All right, here in a second, roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Prisco,
Aye.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
Okay, we are all set on that extension. Next
Thank
is you're welcome. Next is the approval of meeting minutes, November 22nd. Everybody have a chance to look at those?
Yep.
All right. Chair would entertain a motion, please.
Motion to accept.
What?
Motion to
sorry.
accept and approve the meeting minutes for November 22nd.
Okay. Second.
Second.
All right, here in the seconds. Roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen Prisco,
Aye.
Wendy Smith.
Aye.
Very good, thank you. All right, next on our Conservation Commission business is an enforcement at 0 and 1300 Vernon Street. Do we have the owner of that property on? So Jennifer?
He's been notified and he indicated that he would be here, but I don't see his name here unless he's got a different name on the screen.
Is the owner on? Can you please notify by signaling Nicole? Okay, Jennifer, like your understanding, my understanding was the owner would be on. I was hoping to get this resolved, but at this point now, it looks like we'll have to send out an enforcement. That is my take. Jennifer? Can you-
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we had given them an opportunity to come and discuss how to rectify the situation. So I think the next step was an enforcement order that I had started for the commission. And I don't know if you want me to bring that back up again and send that back out for everybody to look at again.
Yes, please. Yep.
Okay. So I
Uh,
will-
Go with the commissioners now, please. Harry? Any comments on this?
No,
Eileen, any comments?
So you're gonna send us out the thing that you drafted, Jennifer?
Yeah, I still have it. I can resend it tomorrow for you. And you guys can take a look at it and see if there's anything you want changed.
All right, so then we won't be voting on anything tonight.
Well, I was hoping to resolve this tonight, but apparently
I
the
know.
owner's not here, so we will take a look at next. We'll be doing an enforcement if he wasn't here to rectify it. So the enforcement order we'll take a look at. If we want anything added, each commissioner can weigh in, and then we'll get the enforcement order out. Wendy, any comments?
No, I'm in agreement with what's been said.
Yep, I mean, plenty of letters have been sent out, plenty of opportunity. So, it's a shame, but an enforcement will now have to go out. Jennifer, I appreciate your assistance in this matter.
No problem, anytime.
Okay. Next is discussion of items, the environmental planner report. Steve, anything going on with that? Steve back on?
His name is here. I don't know if he's still here or
Steve,
not.
can you hear us?
Oh,
There you
yes.
are.
Nicole
Okay.
just had to reach back out to me. I had stepped away for that discussion, so.
Yep, no problems. You're on for the environmental planner
Yep.
report. Please.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I only have a couple items. The first item is definitely gonna be signatures. Now that we're back to fully remote, for the time being, signatures were a difficult ask during the long hiatus last time. But me and Marilyn spoke before the meeting today, and Marilyn thinks that the system that Nicole and I have been leaving the signature pages in an envelope to be signed. We can arrange it to be left at a certain area for you guys so that they can get signed off, and we can send those out. What we're going to do is to try to just put the signature pages in there so we can get your signatures, and then we will attach them to the orders. We will send you all the orders and everything you need to review from that standpoint electronically, but we just need your wet signature so we can actually send these things out. So that's the first thing. So if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves about that, that's fine. How you're going to come about that, or if you'd like me to show up to your house masked in a bubble, to sign those, that's
I'm
fine.
home.
So
Use it for today. But yeah, I mean, we can discuss this with the other men. I mean, my thought is, guys, that we're usually around at some point, but our times vary. We've got very different schedules. But if we know that it's going to be in there at some point, we're uptown at some point during our time. If we could make an effort to get in and sign it, but anybody have another suggestion? That's kind of.
And just so you guys know, we are staffed. There is a person theoretically in the office every day, daily, so that these things can get done. So there is typically someone there from now until the end of the month, and then we may all be there at the same time. So that being said, we'll figure that out, but signatures are important because I don't want to use the electronic signatures anymore. I don't feel right. I never felt right using them in the first place, to be honest. So I'd rather send stuff out with the wet signatures, which I think is appropriate for the time right now anyway. So, and then the other item I have is I sent out an email to Marilyn in particular, but I just wanted to let the rest of you know, we're going to be reaching out for letters of support for improvements in some of the, in Stiles and Hart Parkland. And we're looking for a letter of support for from the Conservation Commission. So if you guys have any ideas centered around climate change and stuff, that's what this grant is focused towards. So I'm going to be hopefully drafting a letter. And if you guys have any insight or input, or would like to write your own support letter, I can give you the information on that. moving forward. So it's going to be hopefully a great get if we can get it, and we can improve the parks and do a lot of great stuff. So that's what I've got for this week. And
Steve, you mentioned you were going to send out one to Harry for his commissions.
yeah, I think Harry, you'd probably be interested as being the steward for Styles and Hart as well. Get you on board with a support letter as well.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Any comments from the board?
No. I'm not quite sure what I can do at this point. I just have no idea.
Well, we're getting along. I mean, this is something we're doing internally. Once the monies are hopefully able to be, once we go out for the grant and hopefully get it and are awarded, then we'll have a lot of volunteer opportunities for people to lend a hand, and it will be during obviously more seasonable months. But we're focusing on a lot of trail work and a lot of recreational area improvement. So
That's a good thing.
Specifically Styles and Hart. It's
What about parking and entryway?
yeah, that's on the list of things. There's going to be a stakeholders meeting coming up, so I can keep you all
Yeah, definitely.
I can keep you all a loop in that, and I'm sure you'd be welcome to join that and have listen in on the discussion.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, I'm excited. So
Yeah.
Okay. Steve, thank you very much for that on that. And any other items under discussion? Good.
Yes,
Go ahead, Harry.
I took the liberty of looking at the weather for the next week or two. And it looks like we're gonna have 3 days of sunshine above 32 degrees on the 18th, 19th, and 20th. So if we could do the site walk during that time, it would be good. On the 19th, Steve and I are gonna be at a meeting at noontime, so gotta take that. So it's up to you, Marilyn and Eileen.
Let me take that. That was very good, Harry. Looking at the weather.
Yeah.
I actually have my hospital schedule right in front of me. So the 19th, Wednesday and Thursday, I am at the hospital, as you know, for those 12 hours. So I am available on the 18th, and you said that was a good weather day?
Yep, it's gonna be 33 degrees.
Okay, you can count me in on the 18th if that works for everybody.
I'm off on the 17th. Sorry.
Eileen, the 18th, or,
I can do the 18th.
okay.
and if you
What
would
was the
like my-
17th weather?
if
Was
you'd
the
like-
17th weather?
17th gonna be cold.
All right, 17th is out. Sorry, Wendy.
I'll be staying on my couch. Thank you.
Nice.
All right, do we have a time that we'd like to meet? One sound good with people, or?
1 o'clock sounds good.
All right, Eileen, you good with 1 o'clock on Tuesday, the 18th?
Sure.
All right, very good. Okay, thank you, guys. We'll do that site walk together. All
Can
right,
I just ask a quick question? So, Nicole or Steve, either one of you send out like notices when the signature pages are ready, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I usually
Okay,
will
and then
email
I'll
you.
just try to pay attention to the
and
date.
like, Wendy, like I told them, I don't mind a ginger reminder if I didn't show up that day or something like,
Oh, absolutely.
I could be running around and, be uptown 50 times if we get to pull in that area. So
Yep.
they can give me all the reminders they want.
We'll send them
Exactly.
when they're ready, and then if you don't come in a couple, 2-3 days, I'll send it again and just remind you.
Okay, and times that you're there, because I don't remember.
Okay, and even that, we're open 8 to 4, and you know what? If for some reason, like someone pops out to lunch right now, the office is always staffed. It's either me, Steve, or Jennifer.
Mhm.
But if for some reason someone's out at lunch, we'll, like Steve was saying, we'll leave it on an envelope on the door, so no matter what, you'll have a chance to sign it.
Yep.
And we'll just
Yeah,
make sure-
my time would probably be like between 3:30 and when you leave at 4.
That's fine.
It's like
I'm
the
sure,
only
I'm
time
sure
that
we'll
I can
be
get-
we'll be in there.
Okay.
Um,
Go right in the side door, down the stairs, and boom.
Marilyn, we have a Mr. Loudon looking to enter from the waiting room.
We don't have anything further going on, so I don't.
Well, I'm
I
wondering,
wonder if he thought that it was 6:30 because it used to be.
I'm wondering if this could even be Mr. Kravitz's attorney or someone. Would you, it's up to you if you want me, I mean, to let them in and find out who they are.
Let them in and find out who they are. We haven't
Yep,
closed the
yeah,
meeting.
yep, yeah, that's fine. If
Okay.
it's on a regular thing that was closed, we can't do it, but that's fine. See who it
Yep.
is.
Could go grab the baby.
Nicole, anybody there?
Still
It
connected to
says,
the.
Oh,
they're
okay.
connecting to audio, so I don't know if you want to try to address them and see.
What was the name again?
There's an M. Loudon joining the meeting. We're just wondering, if you're here for a specific matter that we may have already passed. They just muted themselves, Marilyn, so I'm not too sure.
All right, at this point, I think we're good. I'm gonna, the chair will ask for agenda, final thing.
Adjournment?
Yeah,
Adjourn.
You don't want to give them another minute or so?
we gave him enough time. I've
Okay.
had no sleep. Chair would
Oh,
entertain.
yeah.
They just logged out.
Okay, make a motion
If
to.
they
adjourn.
wanted in, they would have gone in. Yeah. Chair would entertain a motion, please.
Motion to
Aye.
adjourn.
And a second. All in favor? Roll call
Aye.
vote. Aye. All right, thank you guys very much. And we will meet on the 18th, and our next meeting is the 22nd. And Jennifer, again, thank you for joining this meeting. And
Wait,
we'll-
the 22nd? I thought it was the 27th.
27, yeah, didn't I say the 27th? Sorry.
No.
22nd.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. All right, have a
right.
blessed night. Thank you so
it's-
much.
Wait,
Bye.
wait. Wendy, are you gonna be here for the next meeting?
My daughter's calling. I'm gonna be logging out.
Okay,
All
bye.
right,
On the 22nd, I mean.
7th.
Let's say you don't.
You're the one that just made the correction to the 27th. Yes, I plan on being here on the
All right,
27th.
only because I may be traveling and I may not be able to get on in time.
Okay,
So I just want to let people know.
Okay.
I may be able to make it, but I'm not sure yet.
Just
right.
let me know, Eileen, as soon as you know.
I will, yeah.
And right now, there's not much on that agenda except for
Oh, good.
maybe potentially this ANRAD. That could
Okay.
potentially be it.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think
the
so.
deadline
Okay.
was today, right?
Everything else went through. We just continued that one item, and then the other thing isn't going on for a while because it needs review.
Right.
Okay.
So the ANRAD is likely to be the only thing on the item at the next meeting.
Perfect. Okay, thanks, guys.
and Eileen,
Yes,
I still don't know how to make motions, so that's why I hold back all the time. The simple one to approve the minutes I can do.
Yeah.
I almost got the certificate of compliance I could do to issue a certificate of compliance, like initial.
feel
this-
free if
once
you
this
want to
bit-
get your feet wet so that you
Once
get.
this pandemic's over, once
Yes,
we're
and-
cleared, we can sit down and we can go over all that language.
Yeah.
and, get
Yep.
used to it.
Because that's where I get like,